Testing, testing. Hello, 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 hello. All right, now we're there. So, see, this is the thing. When I switch to new, when I switch to that new thing, it just, I don't even know if I can go live using this. Can't, is it? Let's see, profile docs, view. Facebook output. Why does it not start streaming? Oh well, who knows? Oh, I didn't even realize. I didn't even realize it wasn't on. Oh shit. Sorry about that, people. I didn't realize. I had no idea that it wasn't actually on. Here I am thinking we're already in here. Hello, everybody. How we doing? How's it going? I don't think everybody on Facebook. I don't think it works. I'm gonna have to figure this out. Every time I try to do this on Facebook for the yoga, it never works. But every time I go and do it live for the for our live streams, it seems to work. I don't know what the difference is, but we're live on Instagram, so that's all that matters. How's everybody doing? How is everybody feeling on this lovely Sunday? Let me get the music going over here. On this lovely Sunday morning, whether you're tuning in for your first time, whether you're tuning in for we're in our 40th class. This is our 40th week we've been doing this, believe it or not. We should have done some sort of celebration, but we're on our 40th class. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know how you're doing. And we're gonna go ahead and get started here in a couple minutes. We got 2 minutes. We're gonna get started at 10:05, so make sure you give yourself a seat, make sure you get yourself some space, make sure you have some coffee, make sure you have some water, make sure you have something, and we're going to go ahead and get ourselves started. Let me know how everybody's doing on the other side. Let me see where you're tuning in from. Can you hear me? Is everything good on the audio? Can you hear me good? You can hear me radiant, you can hear me good, good, good. All right, so one of the things that we are going to do today is a little bit, I still got my bands all out, and you can see this tree, it's on its last limit. I don't even know if it's going to make it through winter. But last week we did some hip mobility stuff, and let me know how your hips are feeling. But we're going to pick up from that, right? We're going to pick up from some of the exercises that we did for our hip, but then we're going to go ahead and add in our core. So we're going to how last week we were turning on looking at the imbalances from our hips. We're going to do the same thing with our core. So it's going to be a fun time. So make sure you got yourself some space. Make sure we're going to warm ourselves up. And we're going to go ahead and get started. The very first thing I want you to think of, though, whenever we're doing our yoga and we're doing our Pilates, is that whenever you are doing your Pilates, I want you to inhale through the nose. And I want you to exhale out through the mouth. Right? And a lot of times in yoga and in Pilates, a lot of times when I'm teaching classes, I notice a lot of people try to wear their shoulders as earrings, right? If you start to notice you're doing this, relax the shoulders, roll the shoulders back, lift the chest, and make sure that you can kind of get back into that breathing. Now, when we go into yoga, we're going to breathe in and out through our nose, and it's a different breathing pattern, but it's a good time nonetheless. So, very first thing, let's go ahead and get ourselves started. So, last week, we started, let me make sure I got my socks on before they fall off. We started in our 90-90 position. So we're going to start in that 90-90 position again here. So if you need to, you can have something under your butt, a pillow, something, a cushion. What I want us to do is make sure that you have your fingertips pointing all the way back behind you. Roll your shoulders back, lift your chest. And I want us to go ahead and try to bring this right leg internal rotation 10 times. So you just want to pivot on this right leg, trying to drop it into your midline 10 times. And just feeling, right? We're trying to warm up, we're trying to get some notes. What's going on with this right hip? Does it feel tight? Does it feel sore? Does it got a little bit of movement? Let's do 3. Let's do 2. Let's do 1 more, and let's switch to the other side where we inhale, exhale, try to drop this leg all the way down. Now you might find, like for me, this leg is a lot different, right? This is actually my broken leg. So I expect some sort of imbalance, and you should too, right? A dominant leg to a non-dominant leg. Drop this leg in 10 times, and I want you to keep note 2, 1 of what you're feeling there. That's internal rotation. So if you got to adjust yourself, relax your hands. Now let's try our external rotation. So we're going to drop this right leg now out all the way, opening up that hip. And then exhale, bring it back in. So I want you to inhale, drop, exhale, bring it back. And let's go ahead and do this 10 times. And this one should feel a little bit easier. Most people are pretty good dropping it, but the hard part is bringing it back in, right? So let's do 3 more. And 2, and 1. And let's go ahead right to the other side. If you need to shake off your wrist, by all means. And again, we just want to go ahead and open up these hips before we go ahead and start to do some of those mobility exercises that we were trying to practice last week. And let me know, did you feel, well, I guess they really can't, but did you feel that for a couple of days after whenever we did this? Because I know I did, especially right there on my glute. So let's do 3, let's do 2, 1, and give it a rest. And let's bring our feet together here. And just like we did last week, bring your feet together, and I want you to just lean forward until that first sign of stretch, right? Maybe it's right here in the inner thighs, maybe it's in the back. But one thing I don't want you to do is this. I don't want you to just round like this. So keep yourself up nice and tall and just find that stretch in the inner thigh. Once you find that stretch, let's do our butterfly pose, where we are just opening up and utilizing that muscle that you have now just engaged. And let's stay here 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And let's bring those knees all the way up. And so, watch me first before we get in here, is that with this right leg, I want you to drop it all the way out. With this top leg, I want you to bring it all the way back. So you are making this 90-90 seated stretch. If you were here with us last week, maybe this is a little, you're familiar with this, maybe it's a little bit more comfortable. One thing I do want you to do is I want you to try to lift this leg all the way up. Some of you guys might be thinking, Nick, what the hell you mean? This is what I mean. So hands down, inhale, exhale, try to lift this leg. And we are going 12 times. We did 10 times last week. We're going 12 times this week. So 4. And it's okay if your leg is just lifting, right? What we want to do is we want to start to bring some awareness into that hip, into those muscles that may have been sitting there left dormant for who knows how long. 3, 2, 1. And give it a rest. Stay in this position. Now we're going to go ahead and lift this back leg. Some of you, which I noticed from some of my clients, had to lean over to try to lift this leg, and you can do the same thing too. Or if you want to try to really test your mobility, you can stay up nice and tall and try to just lift that leg all the way up. Or you can come all the way down and just give yourself a little bit more range of motion, right? Either way, the main goal is that you're feeling this part. You can actually put your hand right here and just feel that glute, your glute medius, your glute minimus working. Oh my gosh. This is where I have my imbalance right here. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Best part is, we gotta do that to the other side. So if you can, here's a true test, stay in this position and see if you can bring it all the way over like that. Now, let me adjust myself so I'm here center with you. And so again, we have a 90 in our knee and our left leg, that's in front. We have a 90 in our back leg. And what we worked here in this front leg is external rotation. So when we go here and you lift this leg up, inhale 12 times. If this feels easy, this means you are pretty strong in your external rotation. So the muscles that are involved in external rotation are pretty aware, pretty strong for you, or pretty good. And if you can do that and notice that, wow, that actually is pretty easy or easier, that shows you that you are strong in that motion. Now, usually when you're strong in one side, you're usually weak in the other. It's one thing I've been noticing with myself. 2, 1, and rest. We're going to try to lift this left leg. Now this top leg, when you try to lift, that's internal rotation. So if this feels hard, lifting this back leg, that means, well, you are weaker in your internal rotation. Which I thought most of us were, but I had a few anomaly clients that were actually really stronger in internal rotation rather than external. And you always notice if you start seeing my content focusing on one specific area, it's because that's where I'm seeing a lot of my clients' issues. So I'm like, that should be a good topic. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Whew! Now, let's bring our feet together, back into that butterfly pose position, feet together. Again, stretch yourself forward with a flat back, and then butterfly yourself for 10 seconds, opening up those hips. And now, I'm curious, well, I want you to think and save it for when we're done here. Does that feel a little easier, right? Does that feel a little easier than we did last week? I know we just added 2 more extra reps, but does it feel easier getting into these movements? Or you're like, hell no, Nick, that's still difficult. Well, because we're gonna go ahead, bring our legs together, and go to the right side. So, let's do some side Pilates stuff. When we're in the side Pilates, remember, I want you to make sure that your elbow and your shoulder is all in a line, and don't just collapse here like this, right? Keep yourself up nice and tall. If it starts to get tired, you can always come down like so, right? Try keeping yourself nice and tall. I want your feet at the angle of your mat. We talked about this in a previous video, but I want you to inhale, bring that leg all the way back, and I want you to exhale, kick. For your single leg kicks, let's go ahead and do 10 of these. Inhale. Feel that stretch out of the hamstring. You know you're doing it right when you get a full stretch from your heel all the way to your butt. And that is what we call the sciatic nerve. Everybody always yelling about sciatica. Start doing this. Start opening up that glute. Start opening up that pathway so that your piriformis and your butt muscle isn't squishing on your sciatic nerve, therefore giving you sciatica. It's a whole nother, we could do a whole nother video for that. But let's do 2 more of these. Inhale back, exhale, exhale. Inhale back, exhale, exhale, and bring that leg all the way down. Now we got a little warm here. I want you, wherever you're at, we're all gonna meet here on our elbow, keeping our head up. Who would have known when you're sitting here watching TV that this was your pose here? So we are going to find that forward, right? This is where you ended your kick. We're gonna go all the way to the medium, about the middle point right here. Some of you know exactly what we're gonna get ourselves into, but as you can tell, I have my toe pointing into the ground. I want you to keep that internal rotation, right? And I want you to inhale, bring that leg up, exhale, tap your toe all the way down. You're gonna do this 12 times. So it's inhale, and you guessed it, this is working your side butt. This is working those muscles that are very weak for some of us. So specifically me. Once you get to about 8, you start to really feel that. Maybe 3. Oh my gosh. 2, toes down. 1, and give it a rest. Oh my gosh. Stay here on this side, because now we're going to stretch that arm all the way long. And we're going to inhale, exhale, lift that leg all the way up into our single leg lateral raise. So inhale, exhale. We have 10 of these. Making sure you are keeping your toe pointed the whole time. Try to really utilize that glute muscle that we just turned on. You can see that I'm pointing my toe as I'm going down, and as I'm going up, I'm bringing that leg all the way up. 3, 2, 1, and let's go ahead and do that same thing to the other side. So I'm spinning around here, and again, we start in this upright position with our feet angled at the mat. We're gonna inhale, bring that leg back, keep the hips up nice and tall. Exhale, exhale for our single leg kicks. And I want you to keep in mind, does this side feel a little bit more mobile? Does the other side feel a little bit more mobile? Do you still get that same stretch out of the back of the leg like you did in the left? This is why, me personally, is why I like using yoga and Pilates into my fitness routine, is because it allows you to make that mind-body connection. Inhale, exhale, exhale. 2 more. Inhale, exhale, exhale, and then bring that foot all the way down. Now your hand comes all the way down into your, watching TV position. We go halfway through, toe pointing down. Inhale. 12 of these. Keep that toe pointing down. Inhale, exhale up. Feel this in the glutes. Feel this in your core. Don't rush it. Feel the burn. 4, that's why we're here. 3, 2, 1, and oh my gosh, I've been doing those for years, and they always burn. That's just one of those exercises that will always get you. Now we're going to straighten that arm. We're going to do 12. Inhale, exhale, lateral leg lifts. But when you come down, keep that toe pointing that, more or less facing you. As you exhale, the toe faces all the way up. Inhale, exhale. Might hear some noises coming out of that hip joint. Make sure it's nice and controlled. Inhale down. Exhale up, keeping the toe pointed. We have 4, 3, 2, 1 more. And bring that leg all the way down and give yourself a rest. So bring yourself back into a seated position. Give yourself a rest. Drink of water. We're going to continue because now we're going to get into some core stuff. Now that our hips and now everything's kind of warmed up, let's go ahead, specifically my side hip, right? You can really feel that. So I want us to meet on our butt. We are going to keep our knees in this bent knee position. We're going to work on something called the C curve. So now the C curve is something that is very important in yoga and Pilates. And very important for your spine because it's what your spine and we think of articulation. So what it looks like here and what we're gonna practice throughout the year, throughout these Sundays, is this specific curve, right? And so how I want you to start practicing this is I want you to roll your shoulders down, lift your chest. You're gonna extend the arms all the way forward. I want you to take a deep inhale. And I want you to exhale, slowly roll yourself back as you round the spine, right? I'm going to about right here. Inhale, and then exhale, coming all the way up. And I want you to explore this position where you're rounding the spine, coming all the way up, using your core, feeling that contraction, right? Rounding into a C spine position. Let's do 3 more. Inhale, exhale, round. Deep breath. And then exhale, come up. So we inhale, exhale, round. Inhale in this round. And then exhale, come up. We got 1 more. Inhale. Exhale, round. Inhale. Exhale. Come all the way up and bring your hands down. You feel that in your arms. You feel that in your shoulders. You feel that a little bit everywhere. You're like, oh, that isn't too bad. We're going to spice it up a little bit here. So just keep yourself in this position. Now, if this feels uncomfortable, you could sit on a towel. You could sit on a yoga block. You could sit on a pillow, something like that. But we want to sit in this position. I want you to inhale, bring your hands all the way up. But this time we're going to interlace our fingers. Interlace our fingers, bring your hands all the way up. Find that stretch. We're going to bring our arms all the way down. Exhale, round. Stay here. See if you can rotate to the left side. And then come all the way up. So start from center. Inhale. Exhale, round. Inhale to the left. And then exhale, come back up. You don't think that those little movements are actually like really difficult on the spine. We're going to do it 3 more times with this left side. Inhale up. Exhale, round. Inhale, rotate. Exhale, going all the way forward. Not only is this a focus on the core, but your arms, your shoulders, you don't realize just keeping your arms up, well actually you do because you're doing it with me, is that that's an exhausting aspect of what we're doing here. 2, 1, and bring those hands all the way down. Oh my gosh. And the best part is you should be able to feel that in your core, like right below the ribs, right? Like kind of like in the midline, your rectus abdominis. Give yourself a break, shake those arms up. We're gonna do the same thing to the other side 5 times. You ready? So how we're gonna do this, let me show you from this side, is we're gonna inhale, exhale, round. Inhale, rotate. Exhale, come all the way forward. back to center. And once you find the rhythm, you can kind of match your breath to it, right? Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Let's do one more. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Bring your hands all the way down, and let's slowly grab your shins and bring yourself all the way down onto your back. Bring your knees into your chest. So from here, let's do some core Pilates exercises. So now that we have our knees right here into our chest, I want you to bring your hands down, and I want you to bring your chin and chest up. Now, you can keep yourself down. If you saw on my recent post that I just posted this morning in the morning movement series, I want you to try the hundreds with the single leg extension. So it looks like this. Before you get started, you could do this in a couple different options. You could start like this in just your typical 100, where you're inhaling through the nose and then exhaling out through the mouth. If you want to, you can inhale, keeping your leg in this position for your 5 count, and then exhale. Inhale. It's totally up to you, whatever one you do. Or you could just kind of sit here with one leg, and it's just wherever you feel is optional. I would say this is level 1, this is level 2, and then this would be level 3. So whatever one you choose, let's go ahead and get started. So, the Pilates hundreds. We inhale through the nose 5 times. We exhale out the mouth 5 times. We do that for 10 rounds. Makes 100, if my math is correct. Find your position, and let's go ahead and get started. So, inhale, pumping those arms. Exhale out through the mouth. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Now, if your head starts to feel like it's tired, you can bring it down. A lot of time when we think that the neck gets tired, it's because you're looking at your feet instead of looking all the way up. We're almost there. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. Inhale, one more each side. Exhale. And bring those knees into your chest. Bring those feet all the way down. And let's just get ourselves into a glute bridge position. So inhale, exhale, bring those hips all the way up. Squeeze the butt. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, bring the hips up just a little bit higher. Inhale, stay there. Exhale, see if you can go just a little higher. Hold that glute bridge, really feel the hips. And then I want you to drop this right leg out ever so slightly while trying to keep the hips up. You're going to feel your glute turn on. 2, 1. Keep your hips up. Do the same thing to the left side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bring those hips all the way down. Bring those knees into your chest. And let's go ahead. Roll over to the right side. Bring yourself all the way up into a cross-legged position. And let's go ahead and stretch it out a little bit here, right? We know we just did a lot of hip and core stuff here. Let's go ahead and do some stretch, some of our yoga Pilates class is you have to have yoga in it, right? So let's inhale, bring your hands all the way up. Exhale, I want you to drop your right hand all the way out, and let's inhale, walk your right arm all the way out, and bring your left hand all the way up overhead. Look up above into the sky for your seated side bend. Exhale, come all the way back to center. Inhale, walk your hands all the way to the left side. Find that stretch in your QL and your obliques, and then exhale, back to center. Let's do that again. To the right side, find that length. Exhale, back to center. Inhale. Make sure your butt stays on the ground. Inhale. Really try to find that stretch in the side. Exhale, back to center. One more time to each side. And let's go ahead and meet back in to this cross-legged pose. Let's go back to all fours. I say back to all fours. Maybe even bend to all fours. So we're going to go to all fours and make sure your wrist, your elbow, and your shoulder are all in a line. And I want you to go right into your cat-cow position. Now grip the mat with your thumb and your pointer finger. Actually grip the mat like you're squeezing something. And I want you to inhale, look all the way up. Exhale, round the back. Tuck your chin into the chest. Inhale. And then exhale, round. Inhale up. Remember, this is all out of the hips. Exhale, round. And being that we just did all that core, you should really feel that on this inhale. Exhale. Squeezing the butt, tucking it under. Inhale. Exhale. Give it a rest real quick, because I want you to watch this. Now, we're going to go back into our cat-cow sequence, but if you want to spice it up a little bit, here's an option for you. So we can go here. You can straighten that leg. You can, so it goes like this, right? You inhale, lift that leg, and then exhale, round. You inhale, and then exhale. Or you can sit here and just do your normal cat-cow position. We're going to stay, whatever one we're going to do for 20 seconds. So, inhale, exhale, round. Inhale, exhale. This just adds a little bit more core to it, a little bit more glute, a little spicier. Exhale, round. Switch legs if you're doing it on the other leg. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Let's do one more. Inhale, exhale, round, and get yourself back. Why do we got Kendrick Lamar coming on? Goes from yoga playlist to Kendrick Lamar. Gotta love that. All right, so then let's go ourselves right into big toes together, hips all the way down. Walk yourself into a child's pose position. And I want you to inhale, get length. Exhale, see if you can sink just a little bit deeper here. Breathe into that stretch. Feel the hips, feel the core. And then I want you to inhale. Come all the way up to all fours. Tuck the toes under. Push your hips back into a downward facing dog with your ankles really feeling it. Maybe your toes are really feeling it, but push your butt back. Make sure you're staring directly down or in between your hands. And I want you to walk your hands all the way to a forward fold position. Grab both of your elbows and let's just ragdoll ourselves side to side here. And I want you to inhale slowly. Bring yourself all the way up. Feel the world around you. It's a little, you were just down there for so long. Now we're standing up. What is going on? Wait, what is going on? Why is it snowing out here? Holy smokes. I didn't realize I was supposed to do all that. All right, so what is going on? I've been down here for so long. You got like 2 inches of snow outside. Whatever. So we're going to straighten our right leg. We're going to step it all the way forward. I want you to make sure that that back heel is up. So we are going to keep our feet in a train track position. I don't want you tight roping. Keep your feet in a train track position. That was actually harder than it looked. And I want you to inhale, sink down a little bit, right? Sink that back knee down, but scoop in to a crescent lunge here. People see lunge, they go, oh my gosh. So keeping that knee slightly bent. I don't want you pushing here, right? I want you just to sink a little bit, feel your quad. Inhale, because now you're going to drop that heel, that left heel, and then exhale, extend into a warrior two position. Now look down. If you did that correctly, you should see that your heel is now in line with the back arch, like we've been practicing for so many weeks. And now you're in your warrior two position. I want you to inhale, straighten that leg. Exhale, straighten that arm. And then bring it all the way down right here onto your shin for your triangle pose. Feel that stretch pushing through your pinky toe. Feel when your glute turn on. Feel when your hip turn on. And I want you to scoop your left hand down almost like a windmill until you get into this forward wide-legged fold position. Inhale, get length. Exhale. Fold yourself all the way down. Keep a slight knee bend here. If you need to, you can bring your legs a little wider just to test yourself a little bit. But you are going to inhale, come all the way up on your fingertips. Walk your feet in a little bit. Grab your hip hinge. Inhale. Exhale, come all the way up. Find your balance. Turn your left toe out. Turn your right toe all the way out. Now you should be in this lunge position from the other side with your heel up. We are going to, you guessed it, do the crescent lunge to this other side. So sink this bottom knee down slightly. Inhale, lift your hands all the way up. And then exhale, sink down, finding maybe your glute turns on. Maybe your hip flexors turn on. Stay here for 2 deep breaths. Inhale, getting length. Exhale, sinking deeper. On your next inhale, you drop your right heel. Maybe you have to scooch that left foot out a little bit, but then we go right into our warrior two on the left side. And this is why yoga, the whole thing is to match the movement with the breath and the flow, right? And you can see a lot of these movements go together if you match it with the breath. Straighten that leg, inhale, exhale, tilt yourself down for that triangle pose on your shin, really reaching all the way up, feeling that stretch into your glute. Inhale, exhale. We're going to windmill ourselves all the way down across that front leg. I want you to bring that knee down. Actually, let me show you from this side. Still that same leg, stay where you're at. And see how my leg is on the outside here, right? I want you to walk it all the way into the midline and then drop it all the way down until we get into that pigeon pose. So inhale, get tall. Exhale, come all the way down onto your forearms. Inhale, get length. Exhale, see if you want, you can come all the way down. And let's stay in this pigeon pose for 3 deep breaths. We just did all that work in the hip. We did all that work in the glute. You should definitely feel this. Inhale. Exhale. Come all the way up. Tuck that toe under and lift yourself all the way into a downward facing dog. Maybe you have to pedal out those legs. Inhale that right leg, exhale, step it all the way out. And I want you to bring yourself into that pigeon pose. And if it helps, you could do the same thing that we did before, just to kind of get yourself down. It's just a transition where you're in this half kneeling. You walk your foot all the way to the opposite foot or a hand, drop it down. Whatever one feels comfortable. But let's get down into this pose. Inhale, get length, and exhale, sink just a little deeper. Let's hold this last pose here for 3 deep breaths. Feeling your glutes, feeling all the work you just did. Deep inhale through the nose. And then I want you to exhale, roll to your right butt. And I want you to bring this right foot to the inside of your left leg. You're going to reach for the left foot. And you're going to come back up. You're going to switch legs. You're going to reach the left leg into the right, the left foot into the right leg. Reach for the right leg. And come all the way back up. And then now, bringing your feet together, I want you to lean forward, butterfly yourself. Come all the way back up to the beginning pose that we started with here with the windshield wipers. And I want you to go ahead and see how that mobility is, right? So, let's inhale. Bring that knee in and bring it out. Bring that knee in and then bring it out. And then now, let's do a little windshield wiper where we're going from side to side here. What does that feel like? Does it feel better? Of course it does. You just spent 40 minutes working on your hips, working on your glutes, working on your core. So wherever you are at, let's bring our legs into a cross-legged position. Inhale, close your eyes. And let's take a couple deep breaths here. Hands on your knees. I want you to inhale through your nose. I want you to exhale out through the mouth. So that one more time. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth, 5 seconds. Let it all out. Bring your hands into your chest. Bow your head. Namaste. So namaste, everyone. Hopefully you got some value out of our yoga and Pilates class. Focus on the hips, focus on the core. Drop a fire, drop a like, drop a comment. Let me know how you did. Let me know if you're feeling better than it was last week. If this is your first time, well, you had to go through the, I wouldn't say you had to go through the gauntlet, but you went through, you did some stuff. So let me know how you felt. I'll sit here and talk to you guys for another, 5 or so minutes. And let me see how everybody did. Wow, my knees are cracking on that thing. Holy smokes. How did we do? Hello, everybody. That was great. Thanks. I'll be back. Oh, I love that. Let me get myself. First time. Oh, okay. This was great. First time. I think I did okay. Nice burn. It's always tough. I always say whenever I'm teaching yoga classes online, right? It's just like when we're doing this, I don't know if I can't see you. I'm always waiting for you to fall. I'm always waiting for you. I joined too late. I'll see you next Sunday. Well, that's always the best part about this is that there's no door, right? You can kind of just come right in, right? Felt one of my legs pop up. Oh my God, first time. Oh, we got a bunch of first times. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So what did you find out with the hips? Did you find that your hips, whenever we were doing maybe these lifts, did you find an imbalance in right and left? Was this a little easier or was this harder? Which one did you find felt better? And I think especially with some of those different movements, it's really an eye-opening experience to feel like, oh my gosh, I don't think I've ever moved that muscle before. I've ever actually done that before. So whatever you've done, make sure you find those imbalances and start to work and do those exercises that are really gonna help it, right? And also, keep showing up to these yoga classes. Left hip's tougher for me. Oh, I know. My left hip is the same way. The left hip and the internal rotation, like the whole left hip lift up, yeah, completely completely different than the right side. I'm like, the right side's easy. And then you start getting into the left, you're like, holy smokes. Love that variation on cat-cow. Love that, Jenny, right? That's a little spicier one with the, we call that the tiger flow when we do that. I don't know why. I guess the leg is the tail, if you think about it, right? When you do this, the tiger, and then the tiger flow. I don't really, maybe because it's like the cat, right? Since it's a little spicier, it's the tiger. I don't know, it's just a bigger cat. Who the hell knows? I gotta work on my breathing too. Yeah, agreed, cat-cow option was good. Oh yeah. See, I think a lot of times too when we do, that's why I talk about the breathing so much. Inhale here, exhale here, exhale here. Because what I find is a lot of times whenever I first started practicing, I would hold my breath. And some of those poses should have never been that hard, right? Like I'm doing the warrior two and I'm like, why am I sweating my ass off on a warrior two? It shouldn't be like this. It was because I was holding my breath for like 45 seconds. And so if you find that there is a lot of these poses that do seem difficult for you, just make sure that, are you breathing, right? All right. The very simple thing, because a lot of times with yoga, you realize that it's motion in movement, right? Motion in movement, motion in breath, attaching the breath to a specific movement. That's why there's so many different styles. I like the hatha one, where you hold a position for a couple breaths. Vinyasa is another sequence. Maybe many people, that's the most, like if you're ever going to go to a yoga class, you're probably going to do a vinyasa class. And that's when you inhale up, exhale down, inhale here, exhale here, right? And so it makes it a lot easier for you to just really find a flow. And that's why I like doing these free classes on here, is to teach people, hey, you can do this stuff. And the best part is you don't have to like get yourself ready and go up to a class. You can just show up, turn it on, get yourself going. Now, what did you think of the C curve? Did you feel that in whenever you were doing the C curve and then like exhaling and rotating and pushing forward? Did you guys feel that right here under your core as well? Curious. Glad you tell us. I never know when to inhale. I get that a lot. I definitely get that. Every time I do a scalp power, I always catch myself holding my breath. Like, why am I getting lightheaded? Yeah, because you are holding your breath and you're sweating your ass up. And especially in those classes, they're hot as hell. Felt it big time. Yeah, see, so that was one of the things, because every January, I've got these shorts right up my ass. Every January, I always like to go back to my, the foundations, right? I mean, I've been teaching yoga and Pilates for over a decade, but I always like to go back to a lot of the foundational movements, right? And a lot of it is the C spine. And these are things that I always forget about because I'm working with so many different people with so many different musculature ailments, skeletal muscular problems. But I'd always go back to the basics, and you always think about the C spine, right? A lot of times with people, we don't actually realize that the articulation, like, yes, you don't want to be like this all day long, but if you can get your body and articulate into that position, right, you can easily go right into a straight back rather than having it keeping yourself here, right? And that's a lot of times when we're thinking about it is we're trying to balance the core. And I know a lot of my ladies, right, anatomically speaking, you ladies have breasts, so where is a lot of your pressure? Right here in the thoracic spine. The C curve is going to teach you how to basically turn on those core muscles and be able to be more mobile in your thoracic spine. This is something I always see with a lot of my ladies as they get older, right? Whether or not it is the rounded shoulders, but if you can reach, find, and just mobilize those different areas, you'll be surprised on how much beneficial these movements will be, especially when you start practicing a little bit more. So something to consider whenever you're doing your practice. And we do this every Sunday, right? We do this every Sunday at 10 a.m. and we do this every Sunday at, are yoga socks a thing? Are freezing but regular socks feel slippery? Yes, they are. I actually used to use yoga socks. I don't anymore because my mat that I have is really grippy. It's like, really grippy, right? Like I can't move my hand if I wanted to. Yeah. So I don't suffer from that, but on traditional mats, I would. So it's all about the mat. And if you could get, I don't know if we do have them in the Amazon store. I would double check the Amazon store. We might actually have a pair of yoga socks in there. We're pretty sure we do. If my girlfriend's on here, she'll let us know that yes, there is a pair of yoga socks on there that are grippy. Of course, she'd put them on there. I don't know, but they should be on there if you ever go to the Amazon store and look at the yoga essentials. We actually have everything, right? We have this wedge that I use. We actually have, if you haven't, I've seen some people buy the knee pad. There is, LOL, yeah, of course you did. This knee pad, been a game changer for me as I walked over here right after the class and felt every one of my kneecaps just pop. It was like pop, 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 pop. But we do this again. We do this every Sunday, everyone. If this is your first time, this is our 40th week, believe it or not. So we've done this for 40 weeks, starting from April of 2024 till now. We've done it almost every Sunday, and we're going to keep continuing doing it every Sunday, right? But we also do it at 7 p.m., right? So 7 p.m. we do more of a restorative class. We're going to be doing some simple stretches. Let me know if we want to change the 7 p.m. class theme, if we want to do anything different, or if we like doing more of a restorative type of class, right? If the simple stretches and simple movements, let me know. I know last week we did feet up on the wall and did some other crazy stuff, so let me know, right? This is all for you guys anyways. So if you guys want to work on something different, you guys want to do a different 25-minute class, or you want to keep continuing doing the 25 minutes that I have planned, we'll do it, right? But we do that every Sunday at 7 p.m. as well. We also, here's my next plug that we also do. Tuesday, we have what was the name of the Amazon store? It's on, I'll be back with my daughter. Thank you, see what she thinks. Oh, that'd be great. Yeah, bring her in there. It's the Restorative in the Morning. What's the name of the Amazon store? It's just, if you go to my link on my bio, I think it's the third link down. It's my own Amazon store. We curated it with all the stuff, they give us. Some stuff that, I think they give us like 1%. I think we've sold like 20 of those bands for Amazon, and I think we've gotten 25 cents. So we're hustling, you know what I mean? We're going to be paying some bills, selling some damn Amazon bands. Not at all. So it's not even really worth it for us, but it gives it for you guys, right? To let you know that this is the stuff that I use. But yeah, that's what we do. Tuesday, if you haven't signed up, make sure you go to the broadcast channel and sign up for our masterclass. Our masterclass, I'm almost done making this masterclass. I gotta tell you what, this might be one of my best masterclass. I'm gonna teach you the 5x5 method. I'm gonna teach you, we're gonna go over your own power hour. We're gonna make your own power hour. And we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna teach you some stuff about nutrition. If anybody has heard about PCOS, if anybody's heard about metabolic function, if anybody's heard of different types of these metabolic issues that maybe some people might want to learn a little bit more about, come along. We're going to have a good masterclass. I'm trying to find my notes wherever I had it. I don't know where the hell I had it. But I'm almost done with everything on here. Yeah, so it's gonna be a fun one. You should be able to, if you did sign up, let me know. You should have gotten an email. If you didn't, maybe my email just never sent. But we are gonna be there. I'll be sending it. I'll resend it again, and let me know. Did anybody get an email from me for the masterclass with the link? If not, shit, I'll have to resend them. But that is something we're going to be doing Tuesday night at 7:30 p.m. Move more, hurt less, build strength, build confidence. We're going to build a morning routine. I'm going to teach you guys how to build a morning routine. We're going to go ahead and go over some nutritional strategies about PCOS, talk about what the hell that even is, how can we reduce some inflammation, and really why building muscle is going to be important as we get older. And so I'm going to teach you a bunch of different things. It's going to be 90 minutes, 90 minutes long. And so make sure you have a pen, make sure you have a paper. It's not going to be as workshopy as our vision board workshop, but you are going to be required to do some work, right? That's the reason why we're here. It's for you, give you some strategies, but we're also going to build you some structure in your plan. So if you're interested, go to the broadcast channel. There is a form in there, just so I know that I can send the Zoom link over to your inbox. It's going to be fun. And especially for people who are trying to get themselves going, it's going to be a very good way to get yourself. Check your inbox. Thank you for sending me something. What are you doing? Are you going to send me, let's see, what could it be? Check your inbox. I can do call setting for you, or I can edit a video for you, or join my coaching program. I can teach you how to get views on my Instagram. And then I look at your reels, and then you have 200 views on your reels compared to some of mine that are in the millions, but you're going to tell me how to get reels on my Instagram. I love these people. I love it. Thanks, A per boss Lasmim. I appreciate the message in my inbox. We get hundreds of them a day, and that's exactly what we get. So, awesome. There's another one that look through and be like, hey, how we doing, right? Other than the one that I got today was, Nick, you fixed my lunge with your video. I don't know if anybody saw my story, but I got a nice message this morning that said, after years of trying to fix my lunge, I watched your video and learned how to actually, it fixed her lunge. And you know what? That's why we're here. That's why we do these things. So let me know, everybody, how we can do this on Sunday. If you want to change up Sunday's class, or we just do the restorative, we'll do it restorative, and that's fine, and we'll keep it going. But we do it every Sunday at 7 p.m. and every Sunday at 10 a.m. If you're interested in the master class, we have that going on Sunday night. It's totally free. Move better, feel stronger, get yourself out of pain, learn a few things, get yourself some damn structure. So if you're interested in that, sign up on the broadcast channel. Other than that, you guys have a wonderful California heat. I'm praying for you. Hopefully everything's good over there if you are in California dealing with all that stuff. If not, oh well, California, it's hot, right? I appreciate you for coming in, right? I try to help out the community as much as I possibly can, right? I know there's a lot of people in here that could use some extra assistance, and that's what we're here for, right? It's what this channel is all about. So let me know how I can help. Make sure, if you're interested, sign up to the masterclass. It's going to be a fun time. It's probably going to be my favorite one. I'm almost done making it. It's probably going to be my favorite one. Oh, well. So, I'll see you. Radiant, I still have to message you. I've been thinking of some ideas. I have to message you about what we talked about the other day for our Facebook group. Because we got the Facebook group. We're trying to bring it together. I just have no idea how to run a damn Facebook group. Trying to run a business and a Facebook group and coaching. It's a lot. So, with that being said, everyone, I got to go and realize that it is now snowing. It's like 2 inches out there. And, that sucks. I got to go. We got to do this. So, I'll see everybody Sunday, today's Sunday, at 7 p.m. Make sure you stay warm, stay safe. I'll see you tonight. Restorative yoga, 7 p.m. Eastern. Thanks, everybody, for being part of the community. I appreciate you, and I'll see you soon. Look at that. That's the community. That's everybody. Hello. I don't even know. Are we still live on... Oh, I guess it never did go live on Facebook, huh? Oh, well. Hopefully we're still live. Are we live on... It says we're still live on YouTube. I guess we'll see at the very end. Somebody, if you watch these streams on YouTube, can you help a brother out, right? I have no idea what the hell I'm doing over here on these damn streams. I don't know if it's muted. I don't know if it's working. I don't even know. What? Why is it telling me? Okay. Why is it doing this? multi-stream does not want to work. Alright. Huh. So what are they, like, make me force quit my whole system in order to shut this off? I guess they are. Alright, force quit.